Hey everybody, welcome back to AK Addicts. I'm back in the fur shed. Well, need to get this bait done. So far, we've done that. Trying to get the bait wired and everything. Normally I let my fish ferment for about 2 weeks or so, just get a good stink and then it freezes. Well, this October has been special. And it has not got cold enough to freeze my bait. So I took about 18 fish and I went ahead and put them in my freezer, my bait freezer, just to get them a little harder because it's really hard to cut soup or whatever. It was starting to liquefy internally. So it's pretty strong. Too bad you couldn't smell what this actually smells like, but for me, this is the best marten bait there is. So we'll sit out here for a couple hours here and see if we can't get about 100 pieces of this bait done up. I have some other scrap meat and stuff like that I'll use for red meat for wolverines and fox and stuff. Yeah, this stuff it's special. Normally smell don't bother me too bad. Being a trapper, you're kind of used to some pungent smells, but this stuff here got pretty good. So with the design of the box that I built this year, figure a piece of bait like this, then I can just shove this wire up through the bait, wrap it around a stick, and it'll just hang there in the box. So, but I figured I'd show you guys what I was doing to prep for it. Post office being Sunday, I think it's October 18th, I think. There's no post office today, but my other 3120s are in. So I'll bring them back here tomorrow. I'll cut off the chains and put cables on those. Boil them down, get rid of all the oils off of them, and get those ready for the field. I'm hoping to have around 80 boxes out this year for marten. We have a dozen, like I said, Wolverine boxes and stuff we're going to be putting out. And these are still kind of soft, so, but once the wire's on them, I'll just stick them back out in the shed and they can do whatever. If it takes another week or so for them to freeze, so be it. But I'll definitely be buying some insulated rubber gloves to handle this stuff with. Being that I chew tobacco, every year I get carried away and I forget and I handle stuff with my hands. And I end up with food poisoning. Not the greatest thing. So this year I'm going to try to be super careful and not try to poison myself on the day gun trap line this year. So, but it don't take too long. It's either this or sit inside and watch my Green Bays get their butts kicked by the Cardinals. Or whoever they're playing today. Either way, last I checked, they weren't doing so hot. So, gives me something to do. I'm sure once I go in, though, my wife will be like, you need to go shower. This stuff will probably be permeated into my clothes and my skin. Like I said, it don't take too long to do it. And we'll see how this rotten does. I mean, I've used some pretty bad stuff before. I don't know if this is any worse than the past, but this is pretty pungent. This is pretty strong. Not too bad until you get into the gut area. Once you get into the gut area, it really starts to let you know. I think it's going to be about another, somewhere between the 23rd and the 29th, I'll get my new computer in the mail. I may be able to do some more videos. Thankfully, it's a lot faster. Ooh, that one's still soft. I don't even know if I can cut this. It's so soft. Just tear it apart, I guess. And I know some people just put a little piece of bait. I got lots of whitefish this year. So, and I never have been where I just put a little square of bait in it. I give them some bait. You know, go out, put the net out, get plenty of bait. And that way you don't have to be cheap about it. You know, and then I don't have to replace it constantly when birds attack it or whatever. I don't even know if the birds will eat this year. We'll see. I'm hoping something will enjoy it. Hopefully something fur-bearing. But yeah, so that's the plan today. Sit here and cut rotten whitefish. And life as a trapper is not too bad. A little smelly once in a while. Oh yeah, look at that. You can't even get the wire. The skin, the stomach is just falling apart. will get it through the meat. Like I said, it eventually will freeze. At least then it'll freeze with the wire on it. So, alright guys, I'm going to keep doing this. As always, be safe, have fun.